All right, Montgomery Catholic, let's spend just a couple of minutes on some of the big projects that you may have seen happening or want to happen, what may be coming down the road. This is a little different than our 5-year strategic plan video that you'll have access to as well. And if you did watch our finance video, there was a piece at the end of the finance video about special projects related to facilities, really less special projects and more facilities. How do we pay for all the stuff that it costs to keep our buildings and this physical plant afloat? Well, we even looked at the 4 campuses in 3 physical locations, talked about the square footage and all the stuff that feeds into maintaining that, just kind of that ugly maintenance that has to happen. Well, in addition to ugly maintenance, sometimes there's some fun stuff too. And so I want to just update you on a few of the projects that we have completed, a few things we're currently working on, and what we may be trying to do. And before we do that, you see this first category right here, and that says PICE. PICE is an acronym that stands for Partners in Catholic Education. And if you're new to Montgomery Catholic and haven't heard of PICE before, well, let me tell you, PICE is like our fairy godmother. PICE, Partners in Catholic Education, is a group of volunteers that for over 20 years have been working to raise money to support Catholic education here in Montgomery. And they host an annual golf tournament, the PICE Golf Tournament, each September, early October, that raises, get this, over $150,000. Now, anybody who's in golf tournaments or development out there knows that a golf tournament that raises that kind of cash is a unicorn. These guys are phenomenal. It's the best golf tournament you'll ever participate in, and it raises a lot of money for Montgomery Catholic. And so what PICE then does, and again, this is a total group of volunteers, folks who have sent their kids to Catholic schools, some currently have their kids in Catholic schools, grandparents of current students now for a handful. These are folks who know that Catholic education uses every dollar that we have to provide the education that your student needs. But what about that little bit extra sometimes? Sometimes it's needed. Sometimes it's wants that turn into needs. Sometimes it's just special and it makes everybody's life better. Well, PICE is able to wave their wand and make some of this stuff happen. Now, over the years, PICE has supported technology in our classrooms. They've built STEM areas. They've allowed us to build this actual broadcasting room that we're in right now. They've put lights on the football stadium and the soccer fields. They have put projectors and screens and sound systems. They have built our robotics room and helped support them on their way to the world competition. And they have recently even helped us renovate our chapel here in the Montgomery Catholic High School and Middle School campus. So much of what they do is important to the mission of Montgomery Catholic, and so often it's, like I mentioned, some of that special extra stuff. So let me pause real quick and say, hey, some of the things you see up here are less special extra stuff and more physical renovation type things. Well, PICE is big in the world of neat, okay? So that IT stuff, that the technology, the robotics. Well, when COVID came along, there was a variety of federal funding opportunities for Montgomery Catholic and other public and non-public schools that helped us fund some of those IT infrastructure needs that we have as a school. Well, when those needs were met, including smart boards in every classroom, the ability to have wireless access in all of our facilities, the list really goes on, talking about devices for every student and faculty member. Well, when the IT stuff was met, we went to PICE and said, hey, we got an opportunity to do some neat stuff, but it's more physical needs. And while it wouldn't be their first choice, they have really allowed us to jump on a couple of needed items. So if you've been around any of the campuses, you know that campus security is always going to be something that we're focused on. And remember, in one of the other videos I mentioned, there's over 100 exterior doors on our 4 campuses. All of them have to have that security maglock technology. Well, that's just one part. Then there's cameras, then there's fencing, then there's access controls, then there's system monitoring. It's a big deal. How do we know who is on our campus? Well, campus security could be an entirely different video. But PICE has said, hey, let's help you with a couple of those things. And so right now, they're helping us continue to add cameras in our parking lot here on the middle and high school campus. They are going to help us to build a fence around the back side of the campus to eliminate the opportunity for access to the middle school and high school courtyard, to allow us to move safely between the buildings here on this campus, and for us to control who has access to and from those classroom and sports arenas. And that's just part of it. You'll also see here that they helped renovate the middle school and high school chapel. If you haven't been in that space, please get in there and see it. They are helping us put a new sign on the gym where the Pice Arena is. It'll be lit up at night coming down Vaughn Road. Can't wait for you guys to see that. The new front at St. Bede campus, new windows, glass, doors, mag locks, again from a security standpoint there at the St. Bede campus. And then also at St. Bede, the renovation of that cafeteria into a usable theater space. The Addams Family production that our high school and middle school choir and drama group put on there in late March was the first of hopefully many. And we're taking that space, we've reclaimed it. It turned into a storage space basically, but we've reclaimed the stage and we're going to turn it into a functioning theater space, including the lighting and sound and production needs, both in terms of equipment and tools, giving it the space that it needs. St. Bede Church, so Pice has helped do that to the tune of almost $35,000. St. Bede Church and Father Alex have said, hey, let's make this space even better. They've helped us paint the space and put in a new floor in that space, so lots really going on there. At Holy Spirit campus, you've noticed a couple of new things. We're going to be doing some more branding at Holy Spirit, including lettering on the front of the school. Right now, it doesn't even say Holy Spirit Elementary Campus, Montgomery Catholic, on the school building itself. We do now have the new signs out front, the monument signs at all three campuses, a big part of the facility project. So if you're new to Montgomery Catholic and you thought those have always been here, they're brand new for us as well, including the directional signs. You see pictures of both there as well. Also at Holy Spirit, we increased the space that kids can play outside by adding a concrete pad, working with the church to do that, because the way the sun really works next to the gym is just kind of muggy and soggy all the time. And we mentioned the signage. And then just over this past Easter break, through a private donation, we were able to add a covered walkway so that on rainy days for drop-off and dismissal, students will have a covered walkway to gain access to the building from their cars and back, which is really great. It looks like it's always been there. If you haven't been to Holy Spirit, just drive by. They did a great job of matching it. Color scheme-wise, it looks like it's always been a part of that facility and will also allow us to grow, which if you tune into the strategic plan video, you'll see that growth of the Holy Spirit campus is in the cards, so it's something we're paying attention to. At St. Bede, we've got to address that security aspect of being on the frontage there to Atlanta Highway. Again, Father Alex, an amazing partner, has offered the resources of the parish, particularly through the funding provided by the endowment campaign, the Generations of Faith endowment campaign, and the overage that the parish has access to. He has been very generous using those dollars to support the needs of the school and security across the front. So that new fencing project that was done about a year and a half ago, which now limits access to the really to the driveway to the front of the school and the parish. And also it says, hey, this is a place that if you're not supposed to be here, don't come here, please. Even though people could still walk in along the roadways, it says that this is a designated space and it's a safe space for our students now. So we have seen the through traffic on both bicycles, cars, and foot traffic really reduced to very small numbers. We might have had 15 or 20 folks walking along the front each day that somebody might trickle up onto campus. Folks just are not doing that anymore. Thanks to Father Alex's support, the parish, the school saying, hey, this is important to us. In the middle school and high school, built in 1965, those old quarry clay tiles that lined the hallway have been replaced, really just covered up with that luxury vinyl plank flooring that you can see now through the entirety of the high school, and that history wing, which was originally the cafeteria when the school building was built, houses our 4 social studies classrooms. And so that flooring is a huge upgrade when you walk in, and there's some signage that we've done there as well. So these major facility projects are just a piece of what we're doing. Thanks to Pice for the funding of a lot of these, and obviously some private donors that we've mentioned, and a few others that we've done through the support of the parishes and even through our annual budget dollars. So we're trying to make every dollar last at Montgomery Catholic. We're spreading it as thin as we can and using it in the places where it needs to be used to not only make our campus look like a place folks want to be, but a place where the students who are here also feel safe, cared for, so that they can be the persons of faith, virtue, and wisdom that our mission statement says we're here to create. Again, thanks for tuning into this video. If you haven't seen some of the other stuff on facilities and finance, tune in, our campus overviews, and of course that strategic plan here as we give you the state of our school.